I don't understand it. And I'm on the other side. Like, I'm a full Rory stan these days.
Okay, I'm not here to
So
criticize.
tell us about what you saw on Golf Channel.
Just, so I flick on, because this is who I am. I put on the range to check out what was going on in Golf Channel.
Was there an infomercial on how to properly hold a microphone?
Obviously, if there was, I wasn't paying attention. And then they were showing people hit shots, and within seconds, there's Rory in his shorts and untucked shirt at the Open Championship hitting shots on the range. And the commentators just talked about how they had to change the range at Birkdale because of the speed stuff. So they put the range in a new spot, which means the guys are hitting balls into a wind that they don't usually face on the course. So it's sort of like people are not going to be on that range too much this year. They're going to be moving to other ranges. And Rory will probably go to a range at some other course. And I was like, oh my goodness, I did not turn on Golf Channel on Monday to hear this stuff. So I had to flick the channel over.
So you were mad.
Sounds like interesting.
I lost interest in about 6 seconds.
So Cust described it to me in a different way about 15 minutes ago, where he was just pissed off that they were showing Rory in his untucked shirt. That part was true. And then he was like, then they even said that Rory said he's going to go to a different range. And then he positively puts the spin. And they also said that a lot of other players are going to go to different ranges too.
Yeah,
like that was good information, but because Rory did it, it was awful information.
I was not
like
tuning
they're just
into
going
that.
to like a course 6 minutes down the road.
I have no idea other than wherever they put the range at Birkdale, the guys were saying this morning, isn't a consistent reflection of the types of conditions they'll see on the course or something.
At Mayo Experience.
Welcome to the Pat Mayo Experience, presented by Underdog, the Open Championship. Picks, bets, preview, one and done, all here for you. Remember to tune in to the Pat Mayo Experience all week. Jared, are you ready with the graphic?
Ready.
Schedule for the week. Now, this is Monday, and you're watching this show. The other two shows from Saturday and Sunday, well, the article and show, already out. Tuesday morning, we got me, Blickle, Tambo, Keith and I in the PM. Me and Cam on Wednesday evening, live at 8 p.m. Eastern time for the final picks, all the final information, and taking questions from the audience. And we're doing a round one recap. And of course, we'll be in studio for the Cut Sweat Live. And by studio, I mean the living room of the house that is attached to the studio, where we can watch everything. A fun place to hang with us for the Open Championship. Geoff Fienberg, I'm riding high, coming off a winner. Could have been 3 winners, was only 1. I'm not going to complain, although I'm still kind of salty.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Sorry, I just had a moment of relief because you were talking about this graphic like 2 minutes ago, and I thought it was me and Tim were about to be embarrassed with something, and it was just your schedule. So, phew. Congratulations, Tom Kim. Wasn't on it. I was on Glover and Pendrith, Pat.
I was on Glover and Brooke Henderson. So that's fun.
Yeah. Oh, Brooke, what a charge. What a charge she made.
Playoff
what
loser.
A girl.
Playoff loser, Brooke Henderson. She made 6 eagles during the week and didn't win a tournament.
Sucks.
Yeah. And then Glover just, what a shit show. The coverage for the ISCO is the single best golf coverage I have seen in 10 years. It was awesome.
Yeah. So remember last week we were talking how Challenger is going to make like our favorite broadcaster in golf is going to be on Challenger, and maybe it'll be Graham Dillette.
Yeah, Dillette's pretty good. So I don't know if he watched any of it, although I know he was watching the Open Championship range coverage this morning before we came into film. In studio with me, it is Tim Andercursed.
Tim Andercursed.
It's not my name. What's up?
Hey.
Keeping current.
I don't get it.
That's a 25-year-old Super Bowl commercial reference.
Yeah, just
good one.
The context for it caught me off guard.
Good.
I mean, let's go.
I
missed you, Tim.
I missed you, Jeffrey. Let's go.
We got some football stuff to record here in the upcoming weeks too, and the Custies, which we still haven't filmed. I figure now that we'll film the Custies. I think we'll fly Jeff in, do the Custies, do the win total show, do a golf outing with all of us that we filmed.
Sounds like fun to me.
That sounds like a great time. I got Pizzola coming in 2 weeks to film some stuff, do a golf outing with him that we're going to film. So it's going to be a ton of fun. Smash a like while you're here. Sub to Mayo Media Network. Hit the newsletter. You get all the free stuff down there as well. And give me your winner in the comment section. Jeff, the ISEO was really good. Like the tournament sucked because everyone besides Pendrith, and I guess Stephen Fisk, who ended up winning, was just like, here, why don't you have the tournament? They all made runs, they got to the lead, and then immediately started shitting themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say the same thing sort of happened with the ladies. It kind of felt like a bit of a pillow fight. through the finish, despite it being entertaining because it was really close.
And then you have Tom Kim. You really saved his career, I feel like.
I was going to say, imagine picking Tom Kim to win a tournament this year. What a dumb thing that would be to do. You should be excoriated for making such a pick. You know, picked him one and done.
What are we going on about?
I picked him one and done the week before the U.S. Open and was mocked vociferously.
When he wasn't good.
Then he finished in the top 5 at Shinnecock.
Where you didn't pick him.
And then he won this week.
Where you didn't pick him.
No, I never said I...
What are you looking for here?
Just, people to back the truck up a little bit on the criticism.
Sorry, you want me to thank you instead of like the people who made him their first click at like 90-1 last week?
Did I say that?
I don't know. Sure. I love you, Tim. Credit. Let's start on a good note. This is like when you're on the golf course and your buddy's got like a 4-footer for bogey on the first, and I'd just be like, take it. Good vibes. Let's start the show positive. I'm not going to pick on you, Tim.
Thank you.
Love you, buddy.
Appreciate it.
Take your bogey. Let's move to the next.
Right. I went to my dad's farm yesterday for the first time in 2 years. Jeff, on the way, Henderson lost in the playoff. I got there. I watched the entire finale of the Scottish Open. Things couldn't have gone better for Tom Kim. So I was there. So now I feel like, and then I come back home and Glover can't do anything. Now I have to like go back out there, and I hate going there. It's so far away. It sucks. Got allergies. It's awful. But now I have to go out there if I want to win golf bets, it seems.
Basically, Pat is the guy from Green Acres.
It's not good.
Yeah.
Not my vibe out on the farm. I'll tell you that much right now. Let's jump into this. I told you I had some information that was passed along to me before the show. So in the one and done, Jeff, you and I are within like $100,000 of each other in first place. Cust is about $1.8 million back, fueled in a surge because you had Chris Gotterup 2 weeks ago. Here's the problem.
Oh, no. What happened?
You had already used Chris Gotterup, so your money is ineligible.
That is awful. That's too bad. That's too bad.
You used Chris Gotterup at the Cadillac at Doral when he earned $72,000, not winning the John Deere Classic for $1.5 million.
That's too bad. Could have used that.
So you're actually like $4 million
That's
back.
too bad.
Anyway, that's what I wanted to pass along to you.
I didn't take much. I mean, look, I'm the big game hunter, and I'm not going to take a lot of credit for like the smallest minnow in the pond tournament.
Well, let's see how you've done at the majors so far this year.
I hit runners up the last 2 years, the last two tournaments. Sam Burns and...
I'm looking at your one and done picks. Masters, Bryson DeChambeau, $0. PGA Championship, John Rahm, second place. That's pretty good. U.S. Open, Tyrrell Hatton, $600,000.
Yes, and Burns was one of my 3, and Burns was the runner-up. So at the last two majors, I've had 2 runners-up.
So $0.
Not $0.
$0.
It's just
for you're picking guys to win. None of them won. So I don't know.
Nobody has won.
I don't know what you're taking.
We'll see how this week goes.
Well, of course we will. You're going to pretend like second place is first place.
I think that's a great track record, Tim.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Your kind words are very much deserved, and I appreciate it.
In form. Like, I think you look at that and you say, that's a guy in form.
Hit Gotterup, hit these 2 runners up at 2 majors.
But you didn't hit Gotterup.
Well, I predicted he was going to win, and he won.
He had a good vibes on Gotterup, and he verbalized them, even if he doesn't get any count for them.
Yeah, exactly.
You get $0 for it.
That's okay.
Just
Tim, you're looking good too, bud.
Well, we do what we can.
What's okay? Maybe you'll save it for later, but
we do what we can.
Yeah, looking good, looking fresh.
Well, we brought you in to talk about the Open Championship. We're back at Royal Birkdale for the first time since 2017. Spieth,
gross,
devastating.
Yeah,
betting loss.
Was that before or after Chambers Bay?
2 years after.
Last time George Spieth won a major.
Yeah, it was like the crossroads with the devil himself selling himself to win that Open Championship, and hasn't really vied for a major since. Really.
That's not true. At the Morikawa Open Championship,
was he in the hunt?
Was second. He was finished like 2 back, and he was chasing him down all day. And Morikawa was just stones from the fescue.
Oh, but he can't hit off of turf at links courses.
He can't do it. He do well. Before that, it was 2008 with Patty, and then Marco Mera in 1997. I want to say was it 98?
Same year he won the Masters.
No. Is that going to happen this year? Rory?
Probably not.
Cust was triggered about Rory on the Golf Channel this morning and then said positively the exact same thing that they had just said about Rory.
Whatever. I don't.
If you tuned into the Cut Sweat shows over the year, Jeff, you've noticed how much Tim hates Rory now.
Yeah, I think it's been more than a year, but I I don't understand it. And I'm on the other side. Like, I'm a full Rory stan these days.
Okay, I'm not here to
So
criticize.
tell us about what you saw on Golf Channel.
Just, so I flick on, because this is who I am. I put on the range to check out what was going on in Golf Channel.
Was there
range.
an infomercial on how to properly hold a microphone?
Obviously, if there was, I wasn't paying attention. And then they were showing people hit shots, and within seconds, there's Rory in his shorts and untucked shirt at the Open Championship hitting shots on the range. And the commentators just talked about how they had to change the range at Birkdale because of the speed stuff. So they put the range in a new spot, which means the guys are hitting balls into a wind that they don't usually face on the course. So it's sort of like people are not going to be on that range too much this year. They're going to be moving to other ranges. And Rory will probably go to a range at some other course. And I was like, oh my goodness, I did not turn on Golf Channel on Monday to hear this stuff. So I had to flick the channel over.
So you were mad.
Sounds like interesting.
I lost interest in about 6 seconds.
So Cust described it to me in a different way about 15 minutes ago, where he was just pissed off that they were showing Rory in his untucked shirt. That part was true. And then he was like, then they even said that Rory said he's going to go to a different range. And then he positively puts the spin. And they also said that a lot of other players are going to go to different ranges too.
Yeah.
Like, that was good information, but because Rory did it, it was awful information.
I was not
Like,
tuning
they're just
into
going
that.
to like a course like 6 minutes down the road.
I have no idea, other than wherever they put the range at Birkdale, the guys were saying this morning, isn't a consistent reflection of the types of conditions they'll see on the course or something.
Really flat course.
Yeah, it is a flat course.
It's really the only one in the open roto that's flat.
Well, St. Andrews is flat too.
Not really.
There are not a lot of hills at St. Andrews.
It's not, but the fairways are wildly undulating. And these ones aren't. They're like steamrolled.
Yeah, and so the ball's going to roll out.
Yeah, Michael Kim said it's going to be, he hit a 3-iron. I think he said 300 yards in the practice round.
Yeah, I expect to see a lot of that.
My first feeling on the week is Luxac mania.
See, the whole thing is that Birkdale is kind of the one that isn't the Luxac Mania Open Championship. It's the one that seems to have the least amount of randomness to it. But you go back and look at the winners here, it is the who's who of golf over the past 70 years.
Yeah, but old guys and all those are also like really close to competing as well. So it's nothing like Norman here was 54-hole leader in 2008 and lost. Obviously, Kuchar.
Kuchar wasn't an old guy then,
but like oldish.
He was like 40,
and like O'Meara
definitely
won.
a veteran guy
in '98. So like a veteran guy is. I'm not saying a veteran guy is going to win, but I'm saying a veteran guy is going to be in the mix. Perhaps an unexpected veteran guy should be in the mix.
So who's the guy?
I don't know. I might say Padraig coming off his U.S. Open senior win.
Padraig, not good in Scotland last week. But.
No, he wasn't. But then neither was Scheffler. Did we write him off too? Like, what
Scheffler's done. Can't win again. Never win.
Somebody like Padraig, an older guy. I don't know. I'm trying to think of some other guys in their 40s.
What's the weather
Adam Scott,
like
who hasn't missed a cut in an open in like or hasn't missed an open start in like 25 years. Someone like Adam Scott. I'm not picking him either. But some older vet, I think, is prime. Maybe not to win, but if you took on it each way, a top 5, a top 10.
So I
think he's actually quite
I think you're giving this Greg Norman thing just far too much credit. He was like 58 at that time.
The weather
Adam Scott
was
is
crazy.
45.
Hold
That's
on.
true.
The weather was insane that week. It was insane. It was stupid. Norman had an advantage because so many of these guys, and you might see it again if the Irish Sea is as angry as it was that year, Tim. Norman was an expert from his days growing up in Aussie and like playing in some crazy wind and flighting the ball super low. And all these guys who have their specs, perfectly and their high launch and low spin and soft landing, the equipment has just been incredible the last 25 years or so. They didn't know what to do that.
But it's not just at this place. At most Open Championship courses, older guys pop. They're not to win, but if you look over the last 20 years, even someone like Thomas Bjorn, for example.
I agree.
They got no chance at a U.S. Open or
you're right.
Modern
but
PGA.
you think of him, you think of obviously Watson in 09, you think of.
But they're generally the weather affected opens that you see these guys pop. The early forecast here has it being optimal scoring conditions.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's some rain, but the wind doesn't.
I'm not picking them to win. I'm just saying, do not be shocked if somebody who's 40 plus is sitting around the top. I mean, Justin Rose is almost that guy now.
Yeah,
even though he's
Justin Rose is also 30-1 to win this tournament. What are you talking about?
So he doesn't really count for that. But like somebody who's older,
someone who's on
the seniors tour.
Rose will be like the popular one, but again, his odds, he doesn't belong. Yeah, if Padraig played well, I don't think I'd be shocked at all. At all. But optimal conditions, as long as we get wave integrity, which kind of feels impossible at the Open,
There is no wave.
I still feel like we're walking into a Luxaki.
Well,
week.
There's no such thing as a wave.
There is a wave because there's almost like 4 separate waves.
That's
instead
it.
of
Like
2
it's not
separate waves.
Yeah. So
Because everyone goes off of one.
Like soccer, there's 4 quarters.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
but but you get the guys like it's going to be 16 hours of golf
Something like
a day
that, yeah.
or so because everyone goes off of one. So it's, I wouldn't say double the amount of time.
But from like 6 a.m. till like 7 p.m. Yeah.
The tee times are not released as we're recording this. Darren Clark's going to get the first time.
Not in England. I would suspect that an older.
I feel like he
Our
always
cut
does.
sweat is going to be the same like time, pretty much. you
No.
think?
It'll probably be at like 2 in the afternoon, I would guess.
on Friday, yeah, probably.
Yeah, because normally we go at like 4 or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be a good gauge. We'll figure it out Thursday,
Well,
based on when you think things
well,
are.
let's say daylight runs out at 9 p.m. our time.
yeah,
That means we got 4
it's a little
hours.
longer there. So it's like 10 o'clock.
Okay, so
British time.
that'd be 6 o'clock ending our time.
Yeah, so if
which
we-
is 5 Eastern.
If we
So
cranked it up at 3 o'clock our time, 2 o'clock Eastern, that might not be a terrible.
I did the stream last year. I woke up at
That's right, you did.
3:30, or I woke up at 5 a.m. my time.
Early Open golf. I mean, like
You
I
get
it.
Darren Clark smoking cigs is what you get.
Everybody
on the early
loves Augusta. They get super excited for it. But like the Open is just a more enjoyable watch.
I
in some
agree.
ways.
If
I'd
you-
rather watch Thursday at the Open than Thursday at the
Of which you don't
Masters.
watch Thursday at the Open.
I-
But if-
A little bit. Just depends.
I agree
But
with you.
mainly not.
The early round coverage is the Masters is very serious.
yes.
And while the Open obviously is serious, there is more of a laid back vibe to it, which I really do enjoy.
Which is why first round leaders are often like completely random weirdos, like
that
Tom Lewis
first-
or last year Da Vinci Code. Like weird people are first round leaders.
Dan Brown was a few years ago. It was,
No,
it
last
was
year.
Jeb Skeeve Olsen last year.
Was it?
There was like
Okay.
6 guys tied for the lead last year.
Who did it? Who got? Oh, okay. I thought Dan Brown was last year too.
thought
That
so.
was crazy. I'm not a first round leader guy, but watching people, I don't even remember who they lost the bet on, but that was painful.
It's
to watch for
randos.
people.
They can't sustain it for 4 rounds.
So
But, like,
last year's first round leaders: Harris English, Jacob Skov Olesen, Hao Tong Lee, Christian Bezadenhout, and Matt Fitzpatrick were all tied for
so
the
there you
lead.
have it, a disparate level of quality there.
The Da Vinci Code was in 2024, Dan Brown. Tommy Fleetwood was the first round leader with Griot and your boy, Christo Lamprecht.
The perfect example of a first round leader at the Open Championship.
Do you know
Christo
who the first round leaders were in 2017 at this course?
was Spieth a part of it?
Spieth, Kuchar, and Brooks Koepka.
And 3 of those 4 guys, or 2 of those 3 guys, like were on the top 2. So.
And I believe that Brooks came like 8th or something like
And
that.
Brooks plays a lot of links. Had played a lot of links golf.
at that time.
Was closer to that part of his career. So
Well, everyone was all ready to hop on. Oh my God, Brooks Koepka 45-1 after his opening round in Scotland. Then they didn't, he missed the cut. So it was like, yeah. 2 guys went full Keegan last week.
don't
Cantlay and
Wiesberger?
Bernd Wiesberger.
Wiesberger.
Yeah, I saw Baroff tweeted like burned Bradley. Can we just do this quickly? It'd be like if it was football season and we had to just get something Jets or Chargers related that was pertinent to the week out of the way.
Are we doing the Tom Kim Ludwig, or are we just going to talk about Tommy?
I don't know what Tom Kim Ludwig is, but we just got to just talk about Tommy, which I'm actually happy. As I said that, I just saw a number flash. Not that I would bet, but I don't understand. I don't know. Like every single person, the 30s, the 40s, I don't want to go as far as 50s. Maybe some of these guys in the 50s, they got just as good of a chance to win. The fact that this is like, he's even verbalizing this is like the most important tournament of his life scares the bejesus out of me.
Well, you can get in on Tommy at the cold price of 17-1 if you want to.
That is insane.
I agree.
That
Can
is
we do
insane. He is the most over. I love him. When he wins, it would be amazing. The whole tour would be there. It would be like it would be golf magic. And there's been some fun golf magic this year. I don't know how you can bet this. The bet does not make any sense. He does not fucking win. His major championship performances are like grossly overrated. It'd be like talking about Fowler from 12 years ago. Like, we're almost there. When is the last time he's done anything in a major? He was right there Saturday at the Masters. He might as well have been Shane Lowry's caddy for the day. He's won a 30-man fucking hit and giggle where everyone is getting briefcases of money. He didn't even win a tournament.
That said, I'm betting Tommy Fleetwood.
He did win
Are
the silver
you?
medal at the
No,
Olympics. He has a silver medal.
No, I'm not. Absolute. I bet him at 22-1 to win in Scotland, which might have been a bad bet. Lots of guys here weren't. It just seemed like, okay, I'm not betting. No, there's no chance I will bet on Tom. I'll be happy. The money. What am I going to win? $5,000 on Tommy? Like, that's not going to change how happy I'll fucking be for the guy. No, I'm
Jeff,
not
too
betting
rich.
him.
Yeah,
I'm smart enough to know
jeez.
this bet sucks.
We didn't even cover half of Jeff's Thanksgiving dinner, to be fair.
You want to come?
No, I don't want to travel anywhere
So then
or go
you
anywhere.
can't. I'm all. This is like.
I know it's there. I just,
The last time that he had a good finish in a major was the Masters in 2024 when he finished 8 behind Scheffler, I think.
Like
Like he wasn't in it.
Are they like, Pat? What are they worried about if he was priced at third? Like, what do they think would happen?
I think they're just saying
He'd
that,
win?
hey, people show it's the Open Championship. It's in England. People like Tommy Fleetwood. This is no different than, it's funny that you mentioned Fowler.
Conor McGregor betting?
Oh, listen, I had a good weekend betting. The McGregor stuff was just fantastic.
But that's
What
what, like,
an
what are you doing?
outcome. I fell asleep before it happened. I woke up, I had all this money in my account. I was like, I wonder how Connor lost. I watched for 15 seconds. I was like, oh, fantastic. This is great.
Can I give you my can't win guys first for a change?
You
I have
can.
a reason for it.
You can, but the point I wanted to make is we talked about this in Phoenix, 2017, 2018, whatever it was, Jeff. We'd go to these majors and Fowler would be half the price of Hideki. Despite the fact that Hideki at the time was probably a better player, but people love to bet on Fowler. They wanted Fowler to win. People want Tommy Fleetwood to do well and win, and they will bet on that. Not saying that we're going to bet on that, although Jeff will, and you'll just not.
I'm not. I am not. I am not. I'm not. I'm not. No. I know when I am. I know when I'm going to get suckered. And a lot of these majors, I do not like this. This does not make sense. I'll bet on Victor fucking Hovland. Double the number.
Yeah.
That's who I will bet on.
That's a better bet. I mean, that's a guy who's won 9 times on tour.
That's what I mean. This guy's a winner. When he's in it, he's clutch and he finishes the job. I will bet on Victor Hovland. I'll consider betting on Russell Henley. I will not bet. I might even bet Colin Morikawa over 30-1.
Well, there's 2 guys you could bet on. Can I give you a blind resume here?
Sure. You know my rules, though.
24 years old, 4 PGA Tour wins,
Tom Kim.
3 majors and top 10s. Tom Kim. 26-year-old, 2 PGA Tour wins, 3 major top 10s. Who is that person?
Ludwig.
That is correct. Tom Kim, way better than Ludwig. Doubly as better and younger.
Does Tom Kim get out of his military service if he wins this week?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
Yes, of course.
Extra incentive.
But he'll get out. They've now rigged it with the Asian
Yeah,
games.
but you have to win gold, I think, at the Asian
They,
Games.
they,
I
they,
think
they do
also
win gold.
if you
Asian
win a
games.
TGL championship, you'll get out.
I would feel like I have revitalized Tom Kim's career, Jeff and I, because we were there the night that he had the hole in one.
There. I was there for the hole in one. I saw him save the Jupe Links, Tim.
Was that the day that you couldn't buy any stuff because your merch card shut everything down?
That is the same night.
Yes, that is. God, that was.
All right, your 3 can't win players.
It's not 3. It's a category. Anybody English off the board.
Have they? When's the last time?
It has been since 1969 when Jacqueline won as an Englishman in England. No Englishman. That means no Hatton, no Alex Fitzpatrick, no Matthew Fitzpatrick. That means no Justin Rose. That means no Dan Brown. That means no
Dan Brown.
No,
Dan Brown
You didn't even say Tommy.
no Tommy. No English players whatsoever. An English player is not winning the Open in England. It's not
Dan
happening.
Rye's not winning.
You wonder why Fleetwood's odds may be lower, why I think Fitzpatrick's odds are lower. How many Englishmen are parlaying England to win the World Cup with an Englishman to win the Open Championship? A lot of English bettors are going to do that over small stakes. The books are probably protecting themselves against getting hit with that double parlay.
What are you? That sounds like fun, but I think the books. See, this is the problem with the goddamn books.
Comes a rival.
They should be inviting that bet.
Yeah,
They should, because
really should be.
Really, Sunday
They
could be
should be
a
inviting that bet.
very, very ugly day for English sports.
Or great.
Or
Or
great.
the best day ever.
Or-
what time is this ending Sunday?
Around
relative
4th.
to
So it ends before the World Cup final.
Just
what
around
time's
before.
the World Cup final?
I think it kicks off at 4. This tournament will be over by about 3 o'clock Eastern.
Could be a very drunk
okay,
day.
yeah,
in
that's
England.
what a great.
It's like the extra
sporting day.
great version of Super Bowl Sunday, where you get Phoenix and then the Super Bowl. Here you get the Open and then the World Cup final. It's a great hang day. If you're European, you would treat this like Super Bowl Sunday.
So just straight up,
No English players.
no
Write them
English
all
players.
off.
Is that all your can't win bets, or do you have?
All my can't wins are the English players. If you want to take the top 3, go ahead and name them. Take the Fitzpatrick.
Oh, I thought you were
If
going to give
I
us
had-
2 more categories.
If I had to take an English player, and I wouldn't, Aaron Rai would be my pick. I think he is perfectly set up for this course, and I think he would be a great pick here and be not just champion golfer of the year in England, but the golfer of the year in the PGA Tour.
That would be weird that if you would win 2 majors, but you were kind of shit in every other tournament.
still
Are
get-
you player of the year?
You do if you win 2 majors in a
you
season.
know,
Yeah, I agree, but it would be. It's never happened.
But
like
I
that.
write him off too.
do you think does the soccer team have no chance also?
I think they're going to beat Argentina and lose on Sunday to either France or Spain.
I guess
whomever they
if
play.
I was a fan of English golf, that's the greatest thing you could say. Like if
yeah.
something's gonna get these guys over the line, maybe it's that.
It won't be
You
3
know, I
lions.
just shat
It'll
on
be 3
Tommy.
sad
Get over
faces
the
this
line,
weekend.
Tommy boy.
Now, does this also include Ari Iggs? Because you think that he's English.
Yeah, it doesn't include Scottish players, Welsh players, Northern Irish players, anyone in the British Isles, and those. But they could, but not England. Say goodbye to England. Look at where the English
It has
guys
to
win.
count Harry Higgs because just like they do at Wimbledon with a kid who's not even English, if they put the flag once they're playing with the flag, that's all. That's all. Like the flag is their representation. The crowd will, turn him into David Hearn versus Jason Day.
Now, good news: Harry Higgs is not in
No.
the field, so that's Can he win in Punta Cana this week? I guess is the real question.
Maybe.
Who are your 3 picks to win?
Okay. So my third pick is Hao Tong Lee. Hao Tong not only was second, Hao Tong was in the last group at the Open Championship last year, and he finished 4th in the Open Championship. Hao Tong played excellently at Birkdale in 2017
He was third place.
as well. Hao Tong has played spikes at major championships.
It's just funny that you're just now picking Hao Tong every major.
Not
I like
everyone,
it.
but-
I like your dedication to Hao Tong.
well, this is a friends and family ticket. That's what this is.
I might have
Because you know what? The world hates him. I understand why. He's playing terribly. Bryson is my silver pick. But Bryson down. The world doesn't believe in him. I can give you 2 cases for Bryson to win.
65-1, Bryson right
So
now.
I'll give you two ways he wins this. First, because nobody's going to hit driver, including him. What has really been his undoing at the last 3 majors? Getting massively out of position off the tee and not being able to recover. If he is ratcheting back like everybody else and taking driver out of play and not missing as erratically as he does, he hits a few more fairways, he hits a few more approaches, he plays to his potential. Secondly, everyone is not hitting driver except Bryson, but Bryson has a good driving week and he smashes it into really short spaces where nobody else is, makes a couple of putts, he hits a couple of pitches or chips, he wins. So I can give it to you in either direction on Bryson as to why I think he's a play this week and the world has nothing to do with him. And I think finally the hate has gone too far. We have finally hit that point.
I'm almost there with you. The fact that he and Cantlay are the same odds is kind of suspicious.
Yeah.
Considering one guy's a 2-time major winner and such. There's obviously cases against Bryson here. One would be you need to be able to flight your wedges really well here.
You do.
Now, I guess the anti-case is that a lot of these greens are shaped, and a lot of them have been redone, that they reject the ball a lot, that his awful wedge play might just
not
be
at his
common
advantage.
with the field.
This is what I think. I think
It's just, I do, and I've always said this about the Masters, and it's come into play every time it firms up. And by all accounts, it's going to be very firm there this week. He has such little creativity around the greens that it's tough when he misses greens. That's a lot of bogeys.
I agree. I do agree. I can't argue that.
I would just, I don't know, like my wife's friend who's got a side hustle with her Etsy clothing line. out of her garage? Like, would she take down the big players in the industry? It's hard to fathom, but he's got the talent. I see Cantlay at like 80 pretty much in a lot of major books. So I guess he's
I'm seeing 75, 65, 70 on Bryson.
Yeah, I would
80.
agree. There's got to be a number where you play Bryson. I mean, they didn't find it at the other majors. Maybe they'd find it here for me, but geez, like if Bryson's going to go off at the same number as Spieth.
Now, there's a few, I'll release this. It was in the column, so I don't know if you read the column or not. It was in the show. If you didn't watch the show, you wouldn't know about some of the winter trends. Bryson does not fit a whole lot of the trends coming in about guys who end up winning.
Well, he did win this year on Live.
Well, part of it is major performance in the course of the year.
Yeah.
Very few guys have had none. No. 12 of the past 13 winners had posted at least a top 25 in a major, not cut from all the three majors.
I agree.
In the previous season. And that was even before the PGA Championship moved ahead of the Open Championship. So a lot of times that was two. And frankly, like the past five guys have all played the Scottish. Playing the Scottish is a huge advantage.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, he didn't do that.
There's a lot of things stacked against it, but that's why his number is so crazy long.
So I watched this morning while you were watching like the last Monday quali and you're making fun of Tim for watching the range. I was watching this like 10-minute video on the Open's YouTube of just like Scottie and other guys going around. What appeared to have been Saturday would have been the filming of it. And there are a lot of big names in this video, and I don't know. Get into there early. I think get an early look at this place. I'm not too caught up in the Scottish. I didn't watch a ton. I had an incredible weekend, but I don't know. When you see like multiple guys go from the top of the board to the bottom to missing the cut, something weird must have happened there.
Well, you had the weather that came in. They got fogged out. Like the fog day just destroyed Rory. And then the other days he was fine. Like when the conditions were good, he was really good. When the conditions got bad, he was bad. He didn't make a birdie on Saturday at all. He had to come out and finish his third round in the morning on Sunday. Finally made birdie on 18 and went kind of nuclear until he hit that shot on 16 that he just yanked left. Hit at the same spot as Minwoo. Minwoo got it up and down for par, though. Really nice shot from Minwoo. But each of the past four winners of the Open have finished T12 or better at the Scottish.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's something, and Morikawa, even the year that he won, played the Scottish.
Yeah.
He just missed the cut.
Look, there's lots of cases for it.
Didn't you tell me you weren't wasting any of your picks this week?
I'm not.
Tim?
I'm not wasting.
I took that as an impression that like you were okay. Never mind. Let's just
Who's your pick to win then?
Samuel Burns.
Okay, so here's the thing. Sam Burns isn't playing.
Well, he was literally on the range this morning.
Oh, he was
hitting
there?
balls. I watched him hit
Okay,
balls.
so Sam
on the
Burns
range.
is there. That was the big thing about the week.
He was there, also in shorts, hitting golf balls.
So that's okay if he's wearing shorts because he's a new dad?
He's not a former champion representing the whole sport everywhere he goes,
Two-time
like
champion.
a bigwig. Burns, I've been saying this for like several months, and he's so darn close. You just know it's going to he almost won at Shinnecock. Like he's getting so close. And you tell me the weather's going to be good? If you were going to tell me it was a rainstorm.
There is rain in the forecast. It's
as long
just
as
not
he doesn't
super
get caught in it, it's fine. Sam Burns is my pick to win.
I would say, listen, don't get me wrong. If like Sam Burns, the trajectory of his big event performances leads you to think he's like obviously going to win, or when he wins, no one can be surprised. But we could probably have a pretty long list of like guys who felt due and like for runs and never won that major. Full stop.
Yeah, fair enough.
So you don't worry about, like, he was supposed to play last week, skipped it because his wife is having or had the baby. I guess she must have had the baby at this point. He was going to skip this event, so the preparation isn't necessarily there.
No. If he withdraws, I'll give you an alternative player to put in my three. We'll bump 2-1, 3-2. I'll give you an auxiliary player, like first alternate. I thought long and hard about what to do with this golfer, because he's either going to play excellently at this golf course or it's going to be a struggle. But I decided, maybe against my better judgment, to give you Scottie, my third.
Well, it's not really one of your picks.
No, it's because, like, look, I've been saying on this show since March, is he going to win again before the President's Cup? And he hasn't. He probably isn't going to win here. He did win the last one. I'll give you Scottie. He's not my one and done, but make him my bronze pick because I'll put him in there.
What
I
just
don't know.
happened?
I'll make him there.
I'm not entirely sure.
He's like an auxiliary pick if one of my three guys don't play.
Scottie Scheffler is your bonus pick?
Yeah, he's my bonus pick.
I don't It's just
Of the past 16 years, can you
this is an
name me?
incredible play. You could use this for future lists. Give 3 lists and then take one of the
Only
two favorites
because-
and be like,
only
also that guy.
You know,
So Burns almost checks every single box you'd want to have. Obviously, he didn't play in Scotland. The one that is the most concerning, I would think, about Sam Burns, about previous champions, is that they've all spiked at the Open Championship before. There's 2 notable outliers of the past 16 years. Morikawa won his first event. That was during the COVID year. There was like no one there, and he won 2 majors that year. And Louis, when he won at St. Andrews in 2010, he would miss 7 of 8 cuts in majors in his career.
I can't imagine that Els had been playing very well either.
Yeah, but he had won an Open Championship
Yeah,
before.
like Mickelson hadn't been playing well,
But
then he won at Scotland right before.
But he had a T2 at an Open Championship. So it's like Open
Yeah, I see
Championship
what you're saying.
history. So,
They're saying guys mix. They taste smoke in an open.
or at least show something at
Yeah,
an Open
I get it.
Champion in the past. The only champions who didn't have a previous top 20 at a previous Open Championship were Morikawa and Oosthuizen. And the only guy who didn't have a previous top 10 was Cam Smith, who had top 20. So
that's interesting. Because there's a few got like who say under 60-1, 50, 60-1 has tasted smoke.
here, well, they all have.
Like at an open, like Victor, Cam Young in the same one where Smith won.
Rahm, Scheffler and Rory have wins. Fitz and Rahm both have seconds or thirds. Rahm has a second. Xander has a win. Goddard was third last year. Morikawa has a win. Rose has a second. Bobby Mack has a third or second. Wyndham Clark does.
What's Reed's best?
Reed's best at the Open. I think he was T8 or T10 last year.
Could be.
But they all have, except for Cam Smith in that list, they all have top 10s. The best finish for Sam Burns at an Open Championship is what?
23rd.
T31 2 years ago.
So that's not great, but he's just been playing such marvelous golf. I just feel like everything is, and if he wins, hey, that's baby swag.
He does have baby swag. if he wins. That
So,
would be-
anyway, that's where I'm going. It's a friends and family ticket.
Okay. Jeff, do you think you're going to bet on any of the guys that Cust has picked? Primarily Howtong.
What's wrong with what's wrong? How Tom
Nothing's
plays
wrong
great.
with Howtong. It's just you pick him for every major now.
It's just
So-
he plays. He has these moments.
He does. He also has the. So I bet on him 2 weeks
He's
ago.
so got a
I-
64
I,
in him.
I bet on him at the John Deere 2 weeks ago, and he was like 1 off the lead. I checked back. He was 12 off the lead.
He's so got like 64 in him on Thursday, and then like 77 in him on Friday.
Oh yeah, man.
First round leader Howtong's actually probably
I
a
could
pretty
see
good
it.
look.
Like he's the type of guy who could do that.
You could go. I don't care what his highs are. There's no way you get through this thing without bad Howtong.
That's true, but you know what? That kind of is fun too.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
even at the Masters, he was right there at
he
Augusta
lost.
until he took a 13 on number 12 or whatever it was.
Of all your picks, the one that I would be most likely to bet or consider betting is Scottie.
Okay.
But I'd lean Rory, I think, if I have to make that decision. And maybe that's very much in
Well,
the
hopefully
moment.
he found the right range then. He's all ready for it.
And it's probably like a moot point because I'd rather build my own friends and family card with my guys than sort of put what I'd want on those guys. And I've already said I feel like there's a bit of a Luxacky feeling to me. So you can't think that and then come out on Monday with a bet on the favorite. I mean, that's not going
Does
to be
Harris
me.
English check some of these boxes?
Well, if you watch
I thought
the
about him
research show,
because he finished second at the last Open Championship.
he checks a ton of boxes except for being good this year. He's been terrible this year.
Yeah, well, that's a
Like
problem.
the other one is players generally have a win, at least a win, a win or at least like a top 3 finish at some tournament this year. And he just doesn't have that. Wyndham Clark was 4th at the Open last year, by the way.
That would be
Impressive.
it would be something else if Wyndham Clark were to win back to back, be Player of the Year.
I
No
know
one would be happy.
Hatton is like the worm is turned a bit, but I feel like that's been because of the U.S. Open, maybe a nice little Masters run. Has he ever performed at these?
That I can't remember. This is all stuff that you guys should look up before you come in, so I don't have to look it up on the show if you have the question about it. I don't have it all.
Yeah,
committed
but
to memory.
just talking through. Okay, I'll get the rabbit holes operational.
Yeah, betspertsgolf.com. Code Mayo. Get yourself a discount. You can look all this stuff up. Yeah, Hatton he was T6 at Portrush.
Which time? Last time or the 2019?
When he was T16 at Portrush last year, T6 when Lowry won.
Okay.
He was T11. He has like good results. He was T5 in 2016, missed the cut here in 2017. So T5, a T6, T11, T16, T20, few cuts thrown in there. His approach play was brutal at the Scottish. And he still ended up coming T17 because he putted his way out of it. That seems like an aberration for him because his irons are usually so sharp. But it's interesting. I like Hatton a lot. I don't know if I'm going to get there.
Nope, he's English. Goodbye.
Where's the World Cup final, Tim?
New York City.
What city?
New York, Meadowlands.
So all these English guys that missed the cut, they're going to PJ over.
Maybe. I do think they're going to beat Argentina, so I do think that's reasonable.
Just getting England to the final would be huge for the World Cup.
Yeah, England, Spain, or England, France.
England, France would be
the vibe on the property. Like this week, the game is Wednesday.
Wednesday and then Sunday. Yeah.
So like the vibe on the property all through the week, especially on the weekend, I guess even Sunday specifically, with England in a World Cup final would be insane. Like I got a cousin in New York. He had to leave New York for like 3 days when the Knicks were in the final, and he just made it to leave the one. It's not even like he had tickets. He's just, I cannot leave the city. The vibe in my city is like the greatest feeling in the air ever.
Welcome to New York.
It would be incredible. Just the air of this event, I think, would go up if England wins that semifinal.
Even to speak to that, I can't imagine what the vibes were like in New York. Because the 1 year I lived in New York was the summer of 2013 when the Knicks were making.
Linsanity.
What's that?
Were you there for Linsanity?
No, I was in Toronto for Linsanity because I watched him drain at the buzzer on Valentine's Day in Toronto. Against the Raptors. And even the pro Raptors crowd was like, this is amazing. We love this.
Watch that game on TV.
Myself included. It was awesome.
It was incredible.
But when I lived in New York, it was the year that they ended up losing to Hibbert and the Pacers.
That's
in the
Stoudemire team?
In the second round.
Carmelo?
Can you just let me fucking talk?
Okay, sorry.
Or you tell the story then. How about that? Please tell my story about me living in New York.
I don't know your
story.
story.
But you seem to want to talk all the way through it. Please tell it.
All right, then.
No, I don't even want to tell it anymore.
Okay.
Jesus fucking Christ. Look at you.
Can I say the color
Sure.
coordination for the tournament? Fantastic. Well done. Open Championship kit. I love it.
Well, it's the reverse of the Players.
It's very nice.
So I can wear the same thing for the Players Championship and the Open Championship.
It's very
if
nice.
I really want to. This does bring us to the midway point of the show, which means you people send in your gripes that you need a ruling on to mayomediainc@gmail.com because this is a very specific golf edition of Judge Cust.
Now entering the courtroom of Judge Cust.
Verdict not based on law, evidence of common sense. Judge Cust. All rulings are final until he changes his mind in 5 minutes. He's got the power. Judge Cust. Case dismissed. Now get out of his sight. Judge Cust.
This comes in from Joe. Your Honorable Judge Cust. My friend has not golfed in 5 years. Perhaps it is a coincidence, but my friend has a 5-year-old daughter. Randomly, I walked into a thrift shop and saw a youth golf set for $15, which was the bag, the driver, a 9-iron, and a putter. All at $15. I should have just purchased it. However, I thought the clubs might actually be a bit too small for a 5-year-old. Like the rulings of the court, all sales are final. I looked around the store to find a kid of a similar height. Alas, I found one. And I went to the parents, introduced myself, explained what I was thinking about buying these clubs for a friend's kid. If they could ask their child to hold the clubs for 3 seconds to see if the size was right. The kid in the store grabs the driver out of the bag, swings around the club above his head like a helicopter blade. This kid asks his parents if he can have it. Without even looking at me, the parents say yes. I do not want to start confrontations in front of children, so I walked away. My question for the court being, had I taken the set and said, no, I'm buying this, would I have been guilty?
Whoa. Okay. Okay. I didn't see this coming.
Where did you think it was going?
I didn't know where it was going.
Where I thought it was going is I thought he got it and they were incredibly ungrateful. Like,
Yeah, like I didn't know. Okay, so here's the thing. If you had said to the parents, I'm actually, I'm planning probably on buying this. I just wanted to ask if they were the right size. I think the parents would have said, okay, probably. Okay, and asked their son to give back the clubs. But they weren't your clubs. You hadn't purchased them yet. And if possession is 9/10 of the law, and you gave up possession, I don't think you had like an absolute right to demand them back.
So
I think you could have requested
like a pie in the
does
store?
this harken back to you stealing that pie
no,
from that old
it
man?
was no one's pie. It was the store's pie until it was purchased.
He said it was his.
No, he didn't even. It wasn't even. That wasn't even in his cart. It was just sitting on the table with the other pies to be picked up by. And I am not rehearsing that ground again. Anyway, you could have and asked for them back, and you would have been within your rights to ask. But if someone else is there and ready to make the purchase and they have it, like either you can complain to the store manager and let the store manager decide who gets it, or you got to let them walk. The fact that you said nothing means that you were happy in a sense to relinquish possession of the club. So this is an unusual and unfortunate situation. And so my ruling is multifaceted. Yes, you could have asked for them back and would have been within your rights, but they were never yours. Technically, they belonged to the stores. And you still hadn't expressed extreme, you hadn't been certain you were going to purchase them. You were asking for them to try to see whether it would work. You thought, in fact, they might be too small. So kudos, 2 cheers for you that you're trying to do something good, that you wanted to make them fit. But I don't think you're aggrieved, but you could have been aggrieved had you said something about it.
he was in stunned silence, maybe.
Well, okay, but that's
Can
not
I-
a defense here.
Clarification. So he never asked their parents. He just asked the kid.
No, he asked the parents first if they could. If something I would do if I was looking, I would
Now-
ask the parents.
Yeah,
first.
I would
The
not.
parents
I would
have an
say
obligation.
I wouldn't advise just like approaching
children
5
in
kids
stores.
who
No,
look
no,
like
no.
5.
But the parents also should have had enough sense to say to the gentleman who gave you the clubs, are you sure? Is this okay, or are you going to buy them? Like they should have asked this guy sort of like tacit approval before they just said to their kid, yeah,
That's
you can have the
absurd.
club.
That's a weird story. I'd have looked at those parents. I would have been bewildered, and that's probably where our buddy found himself. Just like,
It's an unfortunate
Well, just-
situation, but
what just happened there?
had you expressed yourself clearly about what you wanted, I think you could have probably got it, or at least have been in the right or complained about it, but you didn't, so it is what it is.
Do you think that Tim threw the wedge up like a helicopter and that's why he didn't want to give it back?
the wedge that he stole.
Yeah.
So that's been a very people have been leaving. So I released Jeff. One thing that shout out to Jared because he put this together. So I always find our cut sweat shows are like incredible content, but it's not like people watch them because a lot of people don't care about like in the moment golf. So Jared went in and cut out all of the timely golf stuff and just kept in. It was basically like a 2-hour-long cuss corner about you stealing someone's pitching wedge.
I didn't do that.
You did. You're the only person who doesn't seem to realize you stole this man's
The
club.
person left it in my bag, and it's going to be
and you
returned
didn't
to him.
tell him.
It's going to be returned to him.
Okay, you did not steal
I no
it,
longer
but
even
how
have
you
possession of
handled
it. I no longer.
Someone
even-
had to take it from you.
how
I
you
today.
gave it to
handled
somebody else
was
now.
Truly absurd.
Well, that's just like your opinion, man.
Well, let's hear from the people what they seem to think. So people
is that the Grimace Cup?
it is the grimace.
I can't find the Grimace Cup anywhere. Oh,
Maybe Jeff would trade you a pitching wedge for it. You got an extra one?
how did you get that cup? Like, did it come in a different colored
Literally,
bag
I
than the
bought
rest?
3. Tim, I got 1 cup, and then I have 3 total cups, and I got a Grimace. What do you want?
I wanted a Grimace Cup.
So you want it?
No. I wanted to get a Grimace Cup on my own. That's not something that somebody else has drank out of. No, thank you.
Yeah, so Jeff, on the last Cut Sweat show, which will be happening again live on this Friday, maybe Jared can make a super cut out of it again. So we had Cust stealing a pitching wedge.
No, I didn't.
And then he was talking about his honey wand the entire time.
Why is that is that controversial? It's a kitchen implement. People have them.
It's for like 100-year-old people.
Again, that's just your opinion.
It's not. It's who uses honey wands.
No, people who
You
are-
and cartoon bees.
you don't know what you're talking about.
You also don't seem to think you stole this man's club.
I didn't.
You did.
Under any
You
circumstances.
didn't tell. If you take something and then don't tell the
I
person.
didn't take it.
You had
didn't
it.
take
It was in your possession.
Handled it horribly.
You had the ability to tell the man within 30 minutes that you had the club.
I didn't know until we got
We're
home.
all in the same goddamn group chat.
I didn't know until I got home.
Okay, so you had 4 hours later. You could tell him, and you didn't. You chose to wait a year to tell
I'm going to
him.
give it to him when I saw him. I continue to be buffaloed by this. I don't understand the problem. I don't.
You made an error. You made an error.
So you leave your car keys at my
Stealing
house.
it is a heavy accusation.
Yes, of course it's an unreasonable.
Well, I mean, the
accusation.
only reasonable explanation for not telling someone that you have a club throughout a course of a year would be you're trying to steal the club. That's the only conclusion someone
do
can
I
come to.
want with somebody else's pitching wedge? I have a pitching wedge.
You could tell them that
which
you
I
have
was striping, by the way, on Saturday. Oh my
his
goodness.
or yours.
I even have possession of that club any longer. I was striping.
Yeah,
my
Gus shot
pitching wedge.
89, Jeff.
Cust,
He's back.
let's go, buddy.
I've shot 90. I was en route to shooting sub 90 the day I had to retire from heat
Yeah,
exhaustion.
Tim had to quit on 14 due to heat exhaustion.
It was
one
like
day.
39 degrees, Jeffrey, not a breath of wind. And we play at a course which is extremely hilly, particularly on the back nine. And I just never recovered after the 10th hole. I just couldn't. It's too hot.
Do you know who played well in that heat, Jeff?
Again, I was
Old Pat
playing.
Mayo.
I was playing great. I was 42 off the front, and I was 1 over through 4 on the back. Like I was playing.
You were. It was the best I've seen you play in 5
I know.
months.
And then I went out and played 2 days the next day, and I didn't play that well. And then the last 2 times out, I've been striking the ball well, and I played well the time before that. So, talk about the worm turning for Tyrrell Hatton. The world is turning for me.
Knuckles down.
Knuckles down on that follow through. Knuckles down. Getting so much swag these days, it's falling out of my pockets.
You shot 89. Calm down.
No, I'm feeling good. Feeling happy.
Wait till there's some pressure on you here.
There will be pressure in a month and a half.
Well, you got to beat one of the goobers on the other team.
No, I think I'm playing Mark. First
he's-
matchup.
He's one of the goobers.
Well-
he's the guy who had to play with like Jared in the specials group.
Well, he has now switched to fully hitting left-handed from 60 yards and in. And we had a whole conversation that day about, he said, well, maybe I could hit some of my long irons left-handed too, and like just drive right-handed. And I was like, man, you go for it. I think this is awesome.
So our friend was like,
He's going through it, Steph. He is going through it.
I played in the final group with him on this trip. Like we pair everyone up by scores. We both ended up losing. Okay. Coincidentally. However, since the day that you beat him in the playoffs, he beat Cust 9-8 in match play, but the entire team competition went to a playoff and Cust beat him on the first playoff hole when he put an OB on his approach shot. Since that day, he's had the yips around the greens and he's gone from a guy who shoots like low 80s to can barely break 100.
And now he's playing.
And now he's playing left-handed around the green.
Oh, from farther out, like from 50 yards and in. He's pitching left-handed too. He is going through it.
That's a serious case of the yips. Here, I got one more for you here. This is from Eric in Florida. Shout out Eric in Florida. Dear Honorable Judge Cust, I was playing a 2v2 golf match during an annual buddies golf trip, which we always crown a winning team for the week. The format for the round was 4-ball, so best ball, match play with a twist. The opposing team could force you to re-hit a shot at any time by chugging their beverage. Chulligans, as they call it. Late in the match, I drained a 20-foot putt to win a hole. The opponents used their chulligan, and my following putt lipped out. Then I noticed my opponents were not actually chugging their drink and had not completed their drinks in one simultaneous chug.
Oh, okay.
I claimed that my putt should stand, that they had not actually chugged their drink, and that it was voided. What say you? Anxiously waiting your ruling.
This one is cut and dried. They didn't complete what had to do for their chug-again. Therefore, your putt stands. Case closed.
I don't like introducing things like this into especially like boozed up buddies events, Jeff, because the amount of arguments this will cause will be out of control.
Like the wand.
Yeah. I was going to say, I can't fully answer this without like knowing the precedent of.
I mean, they have to chug a drink.
Yeah,
They alleged to, but they didn't do it.
I understand the rule, but I don't understand. Like, I'm sure if this wasn't the first time it happened. So I'm sure there's precedent within the group of like a unofficial chug. But yeah, based on everything I heard, we revert to the they didn't meet the requirements and Buddy's 20-footer stands. Like,
Yeah,
based on
absolutely.
what we were told, it doesn't seem like a complicated thing.
Yeah, I agree.
But boy,
But you can
it
see
might
how
be simple, but to Pat's point, oh my God, the fury that would like back and forth, and then other people being accused of not finishing their chugs.
yeah, well that's where
on-
it goes. Like you spot the one guy who doesn't finish his chug. How many other times were they not chugging? Who else isn't chugging there? Imagine if that was me and you made the big putt and I gave the chug again. And I didn't really chug it all, but I said that I did. Then you accuse me of not doing it. How like mad I would be and scene I would cause.
No, maybe you should have chugged your whole drink.
Maybe I should have, but I would stand there and pout and yell until I got my way and we won.
Like if you like took a whole bag of Doritos from the team, kept it for yourself, didn't share it with everybody.
I did
It's
share
like
it with
Pat's
everybody.
like only child golf course behavior.
Yeah, that's true. But look, this one cut and dried, easy peasy. Chug your drink.
agreed.
And like bad form on the people who didn't complete their chug and asked for the reputt. Bad form.
I know.
There's multiple people on our trip who would be doing this.
But that doesn't
I
make
agree.
it
I
anything other than
actually
bad
This is
hate
why
behavior.
I'm saying that we don't introducing
this-
stuff like this is just it's not worth it.
I agree.
I would die on the hill of like, no, this rule cannot enter play. Maybe in like a side little thing, but God, you're gonna take away my 20-footer because you can fucking chug some sandbagger? Like, fuck off. You're gonna chug some like fruity drink and I lose a 20-footer? Pass.
When we return to the Open Championship picks and preview show, full betting card, well, at least picks, full betting board, full one and done picks from Jeff and I, and we'll add on Tim's as well, update everything. So way more to come. Stay tuned. If there's one thing I've learned over the past few years, it's that getting good sleep is the biggest performance enhancer of them all. I've had my Helix mattress for years now, and it's honestly held up just as well as the day it arrived. It's supportive, comfortable, and I don't wake up with stiffness that I used to get on my old mattress. And even better, I sleep through the night instead of tossing and turning and getting too hot. And that's made a huge difference in how I feel every morning because I gotta get to sleep early because I gotta get up early with this newborn running around. Not really running, more or less sitting like a baked potato, but still, he gets up early, so I gotta get up early. And if you're thinking about upgrading your sleep setup before the busy season ramps up, Helix has more than 20 different mattress models, including cooling upgrades for those hot summer nights. So there's something that fits exactly what you need. Plus, every mattress comes with a 120-night sleep trial, a limited lifetime warranty, and the Happy with Helix guarantee, so there's really no risk. And you can head over to helixsleep.com/Mayo to get an extension on the 4th of July sale still. 27% off, and that's exclusive to you at helixsleep.com/Mayo. And after you check out, make sure you enter my show name so they know that I sent you. Listen, every year, right around the Masters, I tell myself, this is the year I'm going to become an outdoor person. Then reality hits. The patio furniture looks like it's been through a US Open setup, and it's nowhere as comfortable to sit as I want, and somehow I end up watching golf inside while perfectly good weather sits there through my window. So this year, I finally fixed that with Wayfair. I'm watching golf outside, checking the final rounds. It's awesome because the weather's heating up right now. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that I've used my backyard more in the past few months than I did the few previous years combined. I'm upgrading the seating, added some lighting, got some actual decor out there, and now it's become the place where I have coffee in the morning, dinner with family, and inevitably end up watching the late golf window while pretending I'm keeping an eye on the kids when I'm really just watching golf. Because I'm here working for you, all right? The one thing I tell anyone to buy immediately, an outdoor sectional from Wayfair. It's the Scottie Scheffler of patio purchases, but it's not going to let you down on the 72nd hole. It'll be there for you all the way, more like Scottie from the past 2 years. It's expensive enough that you think about it for a while, then once you have it, you realize it was obviously the right decision. And if you've never shopped Wayfair before, I tell you to stop making this harder than it needs to be. They got everything. You can check millions of reviews from actual customers, use Wayfair Verified to cut through the nonsense, and they even have assembly options available so you don't spend your entire Saturday afternoon trying to put together patio furniture while yelling at an Allen key. Patio season is here, and these deals won't last. Ready to upgrade your home for way less? Head to wayfair.com right now to shop all things home and get your space ready for less. That's WAYFAIR.com. Let's talk about something no one in endurance sports likes to admit. You can be training your ass off, cardio, stress, not recovering properly, and yeah, it can mess with your performance everywhere. Because it all comes back to blood flow. Most guys jump straight to pills. That's just treating the symptom. The real key is nitric oxide. That's what controls circulation, endurance, and yeah, performance. That's why Joy Mode actually makes sense. It's a natural booster that supports nitric oxide production, not the fake pixie dust stuff. Just tear open a packet, mix it like an electrolyte drink, and you are good to go. Use it when you need it, or use it daily to raise your baseline. Think of it like training. One dose helps, consistency changes everything. If you want to support sexual performance the same way you support training and recovery, naturally and intelligently, Joy Mode has a deal for my listeners. Go to tryjoymode.com/Mayo or enter Mayo at checkout for 20% off. Joy Mode, the electrolyte packet for your dick. If you're in Canada, outside of Ontario, coolbet.com is where you want to be. Hit the description, get a bonus, fastest payouts in the biz for betting on golf, and all of my PME exclusive bet. That's a boost up there this week. Two favorites at the very top. Scheffler 7-1, Rory is 8-1. There was a time this weekend when Rory looked like he was going to win the Scottish after 2 rounds, and he jumped to being the favorite. And then it switched back because, Scheffler's been at the course all weekend. Rory's been there for like a month playing around. So here's where we're at. Obviously Scheffler's one of your picks. Do you think you would bet Scheffler here, Geoff?
No. Although I have my moments where I did think about it, and maybe the move jumped the shark, but I would probably lean Rory if I had to pick. I'm not phased by the miscut though.
Neither am I.
No,
Really.
I'm making a friends and family card. I don't have 500 to bet on one of these guys.
This is a major of all of them where back-to-back is most frequent. Podrick did it, Woods did it, Faldo has done it a couple of times. So it's not of all the places where you see, like in the last 30 years, back-to-backs, this is the place where it probably happens most. So I wouldn't hate Scheffler for that reason too. Him being the defending champ is not a big issue.
Scheffler
I
showing
mean,
up.
if anything, so you get the numbers.
Yeah, those are the fattest
maybe-
numbers you've seen on him in
Yeah,
a
it's
while.
as fat as it's been, and
It's
I'm sure it might be tempting for people.
Weirdly, it's actually kind of what it was last year at this time because everyone was just like, well, Scottie can't putt, he can't win. And then he just went out and gained 9 strokes putting at Portrush and ended up winning. His approach play was brutal in those 2 rounds.
Portrush is also not a real similar course to many of the courses on the road. It's
I
not
would
as
Part-
linksy.
Pardon
as
my
some of these
ignorance.
other
What
places
was
are.
his lead-in form last year?
Last year to the Open was...
Yeah.
He won the PGA Championship.
Yeah, he had won a major, but he hadn't won until that major. He'd been winning a bunch. It's just people got wigged out by watching him miss so many short putts in contention at the Scottish is what ended up happening to him. So let's see here. Yeah, he was 8th, 6th, 7th, 1st, 4th, 1st.
What's the best course comp for this place? Is it Aronimink from this year?
Well,
Given the
to go back and look through time, PGA National was the place to look at.
old PGA National.
PGA National before they did the not complete redesign, but they changed the grass type and everything like that because it's flat, but if you missed the fairway, then you would just be in the water. So you had to hit the fairway. There was prevailing winds that made it exceptionally tough. There were some years that it was pretty easy, but overall, PGA National was a really good comp when looking for it. But I don't know, it's tough to say.
The Euros always did great there.
They did, yeah.
The internationals always showed up.
I mean, Patty even won at PGA National and taking away money from Geoff and I on a Monday morning playoff, beating Daniel Berger in like 2015 or something like that. And that was well after that he was good. So,
boy, it would be great if Podrick was in contention for this thing.
it would be fun if
He hits all the criteria for the
You know,
old Wiley vet.
I would play Podrick over Hautong in H2H.
I don't know about that. How Tong, listen, whatever it is, there are certain guys that just like Minwoo's another one, just tends to play well with these linksy style courses.
So remember last week, I was like, Pat, Minwoo's been like 80, 85. His numbers exploded. And last week they wanted 40,
They knew.
45 for him. And I'm like, what's up with that? And, obviously they knew.
Yeah, well, he couldn't make enough close approaches to make his putts to run down one Mr. Tom.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like an ideal Minwoo layout. I could see last week how he won there and how it works for him, but this feels like the opposite sort of situation. No,
It is and it isn't. And so I do want to make a point about Johnny Kiefer because Detroit is coming up soon. He played himself into the Open with a fantastic Scottish. So he has done really well in 4 tournaments this year. He played really well in Houston. He played really well at the CJ Cup. Played well at Shinnecock and played well last week.
Wind. Those are all windy places.
They're
Texas.
not. They're all places where you can just hit driver basically wherever you
I was
want.
just thinking like that's Texas, that's England, like Scotland. Those are windy climbs.
There is an element to that, but he didn't play well at Valero kind of thing.
Fair enough.
But there are places where you can just rip driver wherever you want. Like the Scottish, it didn't matter if you were in the fescue in Scotland or not. Like the fescue wasn't penal at all. Not like this week, where if you miss the fairway, it's one of the highest like minuses that you can have.
I'm sure, if I remember correctly, some of the sand traps are just basically an automatic extra stroke with those riveted faces.
The whole thing is that there's just very few drivers into here. Yeah. So what does that do to guys that are generally inaccurate?
And if it's firm and fast, like you don't need to hit. You can hit driving iron 280 yards out there, right? Every time.
If you can hit a driving iron,
but if
you can hit a driving iron 330 yards, how far can you hit your driver?
Well, that's why he's very tempting this week. That's why he's very tempting.
But between Scottie and Rory, I'm not going to get there. Fitzpatrick and Fleetwood are next on the board. They're like a mini tier. They're 17 and 17 and 18 to 1. Fitzpatrick has dropped to 15 to 1 in most spots now, 14 to 1 now, actually at CoolBet in real time. I gave him out on the show. He's my pick to win. I bet him at 20 to 1. Now he's down. I'll probably have the boost on him at CoolBet later in the week. Everyone is on Fitzpatrick. It lines up for him perfectly. It does everything he does well, suits Birkdale. He's having a fantastic year. He has the pedigree. He just came 3rd at the Scottish Open. There's 5 guys that hit every.
Except he's English.
Except he's English, yes.
And no Englishmen win.
There are 5 guys that fit the trend line from all the criteria that I gave out. Do you know who those 5 players are in the field?
Scottie, Rory.
No, Scottie missed the cut last week.
So Rory would be one of them.
Rory is one of them.
Obviously,
Bobby.
Matthew Fitzpatrick.
Matt Fitzpatrick, Bobby Macintyre,
Chris Gotterup.
and the easy answer here, Tom Kim.
Justin Rose.
Tom Kim.
So you just said Tom Kim.
Because Rose won this year, too. He's had top 2s at...
Rose, I believe, just missed the cut in Scotland.
Oh, did he miss the cut? Okay.
I think.
But again, English.
It was not a top end finish. But like if you wanted to listen, because I said Morikawa missed the cut. If you just played in the Scottish, that opens up that list. But that very fine criteria. I'm not basing my picks off of that, but I thought that was interesting. Is this year a failure for Matt Fitzpatrick if he doesn't do something special here? Because I feel like it is.
No, he's won it like 3 times this season.
Yeah.
How is it anything but successful?
This is the best year of his career, and he's been a no-show at all the majors. He showed up for 2 days at Shinnecock, and then you say that Tommy was Shane Lowry's caddy at the Masters on Saturday. Matt Fitzpatrick was just taken off of TV after 3 holes at the U.S. Open, playing with Wyndham Clark in the final group, never to be shown again.
That's rough.
There's zero conversation we could have where I would agree with you that his year is a failure.
Will he feel like it is a failure based on his major performances? Because they've been bad. Not bad, but like non-competitive.
I would feel like he would be like upset about them and not happy, but there's no way you could there's no way I wouldn't debate for full on success in so many regards. No, this year's been a success. I can't call it a smashing success, but it's been a success.
Yeah, he'd have to either win this week or the President's Cup for it to be a smashing success.
Or he's not
What?
in the President's Cup.
Or not the President's Cup, the FedEx Cup. I meant to say FedEx Cup. FedEx Cup.
I thought you were going to get all fired up for the President's Cup coming in here because Nakajima had a top
Well,
10.
no, I'm sad. Look, this is a sad sports week for those of us who are sports fans. The World Cup is going away. This is like, in a lot of ways, the grand finale of golf, except for what I think will be a pretty immaculate President's Cup. Like there's no baseball is at the All-Star break, and I don't know. It's a week of things are starting to wrap up. Now the fall is coming, and that's great, and that means other stuff is coming. But there's a tinge of sadness for those of us who are sports fans.
You're not wrong. To like a lot of the sporting public, golf season ends Sunday.
There's no more elevated events. This is the last major.
It's background noise. You'll obviously, oh my God, like Scottie's playing Cam Young in the second leg of the FedEx Cup. Like you're going to watch that at dinner time Sunday, but golf season ends tonight, Sunday.
Yep. And that's, I guess, the way they want it. They have no elevated events post the Open Championship.
It's just the end of summer isn't great TV watching time anyway, even for sports.
No, that's
so
true.
You just kind of box out, and then football starts, and you don't want to start going head to head with that. Fitz ended up like his putting numbers were fine in Scotland, but there were so many putts that he needed to make and just missed. And they weren't long putts either. And he just flat out, like, it's not like he lipped them out or came up an inch short reading it straight. He just pushed them, missed them.
His family used to take summer vacations to Birkdale? Because, I mean, if that's the case, he could do great.
It was like when, where was it? Where it was Tommy's home course and everyone was all fired up for Tommy because he used to like.
I thought it was here.
Here.
It's Birkdale's
I'm pretty
Tommy's
sure,
course?
which is why I would not be
Yeah.
surprised if he's in the first group out
Yeah,
on
that's why
Thursday
we
and
had to
hitting the
talk
first
about
shot.
him early. No, Matthew Southgate's hitting the first shot. I think I just saw.
Matthew Southgate, okay.
Why is Matthew Southgate hitting the first shot?
Or maybe
English. Maybe he's from the area.
They just announced it. Yeah, if he's yeah, no, this is the Tommy. This is where Tommy snuck
Thought
on
so
the
too.
course where he walked his dog beside with his dad his whole life. This is I said that in that diatribe off the top. Like he's saying, like, this is the biggest week of his career. I can't fathom. Yeah, like I said, it's flashing up. It's gone up. I'm seeing 20s now. But I couldn't fathom getting there over like the guys in the high 30s, 40s.
Would be the most popular win on tour, probably even more than Rory's Masters win. Probably since Tiger won at the Masters. This would be the most
Woodward's
popular
win was pretty popular.
Yeah, but
Sure.
this is a different level.
Very
I
big.
understand, but I'm just
There's a name.
there's
by
been
the
some
way.
nice stories in golf
Woodland.
this year.
Woodland, PGA National winner, very accurate player, has a win, has the major performances this year.
Greens here are not very big, right?
Missed
that?
the cut.
Greens are
last
not very
week,
big
if
here at
he-
Birkdale,
If he
right?
even played, I don't know if he
Where did
played.
he win his
but I
major
saw him on-
championship? The tiniest golf greens imaginable, Pebble Beach.
Interesting player.
So,
Very
so
accurate
Pat,
when
I
it
have a
comes down.
decision to make on Fitz because I have an old school,
M fits.
an old standing bet Phillip Rivers 40-1, but it's literally for like $36.
That's not a bad.
And
You can just win money. You win in
We already explained
No, but
5,000
I have
bucks
to
is
wait
nothing to Jeff.
$1,300 is a nice win,
The
Jeff.
5,000
I
bucks
know,
is
but I don't
nothing.
know what that bet. That bet is like if you actually want to get in, you're going to need to re-up, but you have a nice like starting point. I don't know that I want to bet on Matt Fitzpatrick, the most popular golfer of the week.
It is. He is everyone's pick to win. Like I
Not
said,
mine.
Not yours.
He's a
Yeah.
can't
Well,
win
he's
pick.
English.
Exactly. If you're English, you're out.
So maybe that will work to his favor at this point. But just even to
But
look
he
at
does. He's doing everything lovely, and I'd say under 30-1. Now Xander's gotten bigger through the show too, but under 30-1, the players that I would can be Rory and Fitz, but I'm not going to think I'm betting on any of those current numbers.
So the 20 range is interesting to me. Is Fitz is player of the year right now, right?
I think
Yeah, Fitz or
so.
Goddard up.
Fitz, Goddard, or Cam Young, or Scheffler.
or-
It's not
well,
Scheffler.
what I
No,
like
Rory
about-
would be the other one. He won at the Masters. Rory.
That's all he's done.
what I really like about the challenge, the separation of the tours.
Hey, that's going to happen in 18 months, Jeff.
No, but what I like about it is, and I'm not, this isn't like a knock on anyone specific because people are going to like draw conclusions, but it's just what's on my head is like guys can go out and win these goober events, stack wins, and then you got to like make comps against like good players who never play in those events. I actually think it just like streamlining what the events are and what wins are, I think is long-term healthy for golf.
Okay. Goddard's major year actually hasn't been that bad either. He kind of blew up in the opening round at the U.S. Open. Still came T43. He was top 10 at the PGA Championship, and his first Masters was T24, plus 3 wins. Pretty good. Fitz has 3 wins, one being an elevated event, a team win, and his top 3, top 4. Like he has all of these top end finishes. It's basically the same year that Scheffler's having, but with 3 wins instead of 1.
Yeah.
And then Cam Young has had his run.
Yeah.
But Underdog posted a misprice. I sent out the newsletter. They ended up voiding all of it, but they were giving out 16-1, Jeff, on a top 20 for Cam Young. I was poised to win. I sent it. I think I sent it to our group chat. I can't remember. I was poised to win over 100K with everything, all the action I got down. They just voided it. I would have voided it if I was them too, but I was there to take it. I was there to take advantage if they didn't want to do that.
The cut rules here are
can't
70
bet
in
there.
ties and 10 or just 70 in ties?
Top 70 in ties.
Okay. And it's a par 70 it's being played at, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And both of the par fives are in the final 5 holes.
Well, but these really, really old British courses, they're like, they fit the holes in wherever they can fit them in, right?
They've really changed around this course.
Yeah,
though.
they redid the whole thing.
Well, there's certain holes
as
that
much as you can.
Yeah. Well, they've made a brand new par 3. That's
Okay.
number 15, I think. It looks super hard. It seemed perfectly positioned to set up hospitality tents around.
I'm
honestly.
telling you, I know Tim's going to use it against him. But I got a feeling like Rory's like 3 weeks over there. No, I don't think he's been there every day, but he's been there more than Faldo caught him.
I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked if he won this thing. And
No,
And that's going to be another talking point as he's like T1 on Saturday night.
Rory has played historically very well at the Open Championship. He's had some trouble closing.
But Rory's played well historically at every major.
Yeah, no,
and
well, that's true. So, like, if he plays great
He's
this
played
week,
well at every major and he's played bad at every major with every sort of lead-in situation. Good form, bad form, play the week before, not play the week before. Like every sort of, he's had it all. Like there's nothing. It's almost hard to quantify now because he's experienced every angle of it, and there's something for everything. Sample sizes aren't huge, but we've got lead-in for all of it.
Well, you said that Tommy dropped to 20, but the 20 to 40 range, as I'm still looking at it right now, Rahm at 24, Xander at 24, Goddard at 27, Morikawa, Rose, McIntyre, Clark all at 30. Obviously, you can shop around, find the best numbers that you can. Ludwig, Hatton, Hovland all at 35. Cam Young at 37. Cam Young is snuck behind Ludwig on the betting board, and Hovland and Tyrrell Hatton.
gee, I mean, I like to be critical of him, but I actually don't hate Ludwig this week.
What is it about Ludwig that you like?
I think he is likely to put the ball in play in the fairway off the tee. And if you do that, and you minimize the big misses into ugly spots like the traps or the fescue, and he hits the ball a decent distance, you can get around this place. I actually think it probably is a better set. Like, I would be far more surprised if he ever won like a U.S. Open at a real U.S. Open course compared to an Open Championship.
I always try to make this link that I do think that there are certain players in buckets you can put them into.
The Augusta
that
Open.
There's Augusta Open style players and there's U.S. Open PGA Championship style players.
And I generally agree.
I agree that Ludwig fits into that Masters Open bucket, despite on paper feeling like the best U.S. Open player ever. He's just not.
No, he's too inaccurate.
Couldn't you say the same about Cam Young?
Yes, I would.
And he's played well at both.
I don't know.
He's played well with them all.
Like, someone who wins at Doral is somebody who's going to win at the U.S. Open.
Fair enough.
Not the Open. That to me is...
That's the DJ Light path.
Yeah.
Yeah, and where did Cam Young have his success? At the one open Rota course that really plays to massive bombers that...
Yeah, it's not. It's an open course, of course, but it's not a linksy
Yeah,
style.
like St. Andrews is for bombers at this point, and Cam Smith, who makes every putt.
And Zach Johnson.
Yeah, that was a weather affected year.
It was.
DJ was running away with that until it got canceled.
And
for a day
Oosthuizen.
now.
Weird guys win at the Open.
I'd say the biggest
Oosthuizen, Johnson, Cameron Smith. Weird guys win there. John Daly. Weird guys win at St. Andrews.
The biggest discrepancy I feel like I'm seeing based on the numbers you said, Pat, is you said you have a Bobby at 30. I am seeing a couple 40s. Oh, excuse me.
You see a couple of 40s on Bobby?
I think so, yeah.
I think that's very appealing, honestly.
He hasn't been very good this year.
That's his approach game has now returned for him.
I've been talking about results.
Well,
yeah, the place where a TV book where you collect crowns has 40.
I can do that. So his approach play all year has been really terrible. So he had that nice run at the beginning of the year. He was 4th at the Players Championship. He was 2nd in Texas. And then starting at the Masters, like he went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 consecutive tournaments, losing a lot of strokes on approach. Since the Memorial, he goes to Canada, all of a sudden his approach is back, comes in 15th. U.S. Open, it's down a little bit. He still comes inside the top 40, gets to the Travelers, gains 4 strokes on approach, comes 10th. Last week, gains 10 strokes on approach, comes in 3rd. Yeah. He remains one of the better players off the tee in the tournament. He's used to these conditions.
Yeah, you would think.
There's no condition you can throw at Bobby Mack that he's not going to enjoy. And one of the other big through lines for the Open Championship is that every winner going back to Louis, like Louis is such the outlier in this, either has a win at a major or a second place at a major.
Yeah, people misunderstand. Like, people think of the Open and they think, oh, Todd Hamilton.
Well,
Ben Curtis. Louis Oosthuizen. Stuart Sink. But like, that is like a generation ago now.
Yeah, well,
That's ancient history
and
now.
even to Stuart Sink, like Stuart Sink was a good player.
Yeah,
then.
yeah, well,
it's
that's
just you
it.
remember him facing Tom Watson, who was an old
Yeah,
man.
like Darren Clark and Ernie Els and Phil, like the last three, like, oh, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah,
And then,
but they fit that criteria of they were either former major winners or had a second. Well, they were all former major winners. Stuart
well,
Sink-
Clark wasn't, but
he had a top 10 previously.
Sink and Els and Mickelson all were.
Yeah, but they had that
Sink
open
wasn't.
performance. But even to go back to it, like that's
People remember the Open as being like really, and there was a time for like 15 years where like really rando guys won the Open, but that hasn't really been the case. You know, Brian Harmon was certainly unexpected,
But he was
was a player that no one was shocked would sometime win a major, maybe. Same with Cameron Smith.
Cameron Smith won 3 times that year.
That's
Cameron
it,
Smith
like-
got up to like number 2 in the world.
Yeah, and who did he catch at the end? I can't remember. All right.
Who?
Victor.
No, Rory and Victor, who decided to like just play match play for the whole
And
day.
Cam
Got
Young
caught.
might have actually been second there.
Cam-
But what
Cam Young was 3rd, I believe.
do you have you considered Morikawa at all?
Yes, I have. I don't like that he didn't play last week. Like that's
Don't you
really.
think he's saving his bullets for what he can play? And
No, I don't think. I think that
Because
he's
he went
fine.
on a run of playing a lot, so I don't.
all the more reason
Yeah, I
to
don't
take
know
a
what
week
that's
off
about.
before the last major of the year.
I really feel like getting over there, playing in competitive style tournaments is meaningful. Even if you miss the cut, I mean, he proved that going to Scotland, missing the cut, and winning the Open. It's just that through line of playing the week before has really become a thing. And a lot of these guys are very equal to me. That I need to have some sort of criteria where I'm crossing people off of the list.
Listen,
So for me, it gets whittled down to Robert McIntyre, Goddard, and Clark.
Sure.
And I don't think I'm going to bet 2 of those guys. And I don't know. Clark really does stand out, man. It's weird. I do
The
worry.
fans will be nicer to him than the American fans were.
I bet you they would be like as polite and like encouraging as possible if he
They
was
would
in
be
it.
saying, you also
I
get
think
it in the
worm-
bunker.
I think the worm is turned there.
We'll see. We'll see when they go to Winged Foot in 2 years' time whether the
Well,
New
that
York
might
City
be-
fans feel that
might
way.
be an outlier, but I think the next time you see Wyndham in America, like contending the guy, like he walked through the fire, he ate the shit. You know, actions have consequences. He had actions. There were consequences. He rose above it. He walked through it. He came out victorious. It is very memorable. I think. Yeah, I think that's.
So the fans at
that's
Medina
in
are
the
not going to
past.
give him a hard
Also,
time.
looking at Ludwig, like you would think he is playing. Like, you would think he's playing horrific, just
Why?
based on like
Because-
how people talk about him.
Well, it's just you only hear negative about him when people don't say.
I don't see anyone saying
Will
a
you
nice
let me
word.
fucking finish? What you do is you see anyone say anything about him, and if it's not glowing, you interpret that as really negative.
I can appreciate that.
That's it.
No, I disagree, but I think people talk like you would think the guy hasn't had a top 10 all year or something.
People are
But
saying.
people talk about him in a way that is in context with his odds, and that's what
They
they're.
should be meaner to Fleetwood. I don't know how a 30-man win got him off the fucking hook.
Because he's likable. He's got a personality. He's fun. Like Ludwig
He's not a Ludwig's a robot person.
has just like sort of a ho-hum type of personality. And that's so does Scottie Scheffler. Like some of these guys just have what they have. But like it's hard to get excited for people who don't have like charisma.
I don't know.
I will throw Hovland into that mix of guys that I'm.
Hovland
considering.
has
I was
charisma.
gonna say I wanted you to throw that
Yeah.
in there, Pat. You have to throw that in.
And he has a ton of charisma. Not that
Yeah.
that means anything, but in context of the odds,
But
like
you get-
why is Ludwig right now priced higher than Victor? That's why people get into your negative Ludwig space, because people just asking questions out here, trying to be fair and balanced. Why is Ludwig higher on the betting board than Victor?
Well, Ludwig competes a lot. His floor sometimes would be higher. But I don't know, how long is Ludwig's win drought?
Since Torrey Pines,
So it's a year and a half?
year and a half, and I mean he's been bad recently too. He was good at the PGA Championship. He was T4. He doesn't have a top 10 since, including missing the cut last week, T55 at the Travelers.
How do you do with Shinnecock?
Shinnecock, he was T17.
No, that's not bad.
No, but
That's not a bad performance. But
he's not contending in anything.
No.
He had a nice stretch.
But
where
I
he
would
won.
not, like I said, I wouldn't, if you took him this week, I wouldn't hate that. And I wouldn't be shocked in the least if he won.
So Ludwig and Cam Young are guys I'm considering. I also, when you mentioned Victor, I'd hope you would put him with your Wyndham, Bobby, considering in the 40s. I think he's worthy of being deeply considered this week at that price.
Yeah, so Goddard, McIntyre, Clark, and Hovland will be that short list for me. I really want to give Tyrrell some consideration. I don't like 35 to 1 though.
Goodbye.
He's not crossed off yet. He's very much a part of what I'm thinking. I don't want to like, if he was 40, I'd have made the bet. So I'm not going to bet him at 35. I don't think is like a smart thought process either.
No,
So
but
just
there's a
leave
couple.
it.
There's a couple players in this next range that I do have a lot of time for. That if it's like 3 guys from this range, then it limits what I can do at the top. If I want to actually win money if one of my guys
I agree.
wins. So
I agree.
Thank you. Russell Henley is 45. Burns is 50. Reed's 55. So is Tom Kim. Neiman, Minwoo, Lowry, Siwoo, Rye, Brooks, Bryson, Justin Thomas, Cantlay, Alex Fitzpatrick, Spieth, Nikolai, Hideki, Spawn, Harmon. No, that's everyone from.
But you're just reading the board. I thought you were reading Cam's betting card.
No, that is just from 40.
That's one and the same.
That is 45 to 100 or 50 to 100 on the betting board. That's the entire range. I've bet one of these guys, and I have interest in a few others. Do you know which player that I have bet?
Well, I want to bet Reed or Henley. That's who I'm like
Siwoo?
most interested in.
So Reed has a lot of my attention, but he is not the answer for me of who I've
you
bet.
bet
so far.
Tom Kim? Who'd you bet?
I bet JJ Spawn.
What number?
I bet him at 80 to 1 to get the 5 places. He's as high as 90 to 1 in some spots right now.
I'm seeing 100.
See that? I think that's a good bet. He has a win already
You can't
this year.
get any places at that site, but it is widely
whatever.
available.
But he plays really well at courses where it's hard to drive the ball. I do think that looking at Oakmont last year can be
Instructive.
yes. Do you know who finished at the top of there outside of Sam Burns? A lot of real good Linksy style players. You know what you can't do there?
Hatton did.
Hatton,
Bobby Mack,
McIntyre,
JJ
yeah.
Spawn, Scheffler ended up
Sammy
being up
Burns,
there,
yeah.
and Burns ended up getting watered out. But Adam Scott was up there as well.
Until he wasn't.
Until he wasn't.
Until he wasn't.
But just
You know, Pat, that's a link I never would have thought Oakmont.
Because it
to
seems like
this week,
such
but-
a different golf course to this. But I understand what you're saying.
But
Yeah, no, I get what he's saying. I
Yeah.
get it.
it is a really different golf course.
But if you missed the fairway,
You missed the fairway, you were absolutely
you were
fucked.
bogeying.
And you had to flight your wedges to get below the wind of these super firm until it started raining out.
How many drivable par threes are there?
Well, so that's the
or
thing.
par fours, because I
JJ
believe that's your JJ Spawn status.
JJ
and
Spawn has never won a tournament without a drivable par 4 17th hole.
well, that could be a challenge.
Now, the drivable par 4 this time, I believe, is now number 5, which does favor a big cut, which is something that he does play.
Okay.
So that is nice. But, great Texas success for JJ Spawn. Doesn't have the Open Championship pedigree, although
I played it last year. Was his?
I
was
think
a
last year
debutant
was the
last
first
year.
time he had ever played in the Open Championship. But I think he ended up coming like top 25. So he's right around the periphery of where you need to be in only one start.
not shabby.
Last year he was T23 at
Pretty
Port
good
Rush.
for your first start.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
100 to 1. You've made like a case where maybe that could.
and when we see he gets into the mix, he can win.
Of course.
And he's
Yeah,
listen,
no,
he shit on
gets in there-
he shit on the greens, he shit around the greens most of the time. But you know what's not shit? His driving and his irons. Always really good.
Whoever wins has a good putting week. It
I
kinda
agree.
does. That's why I never look at putting stats, because like whoever wins that week putted well. So to me it's almost irrelevant.
I think, I don't know if he can win. He can't win. But at 80 to 1, you could probably day trade Patrick Cantlay.
It's like
Yeah, I'm not
55 to 1.
What's that?
That's-
Can't
I
play
was
like
just
55 to 1.
He's
I was
at
making a joke,
75.
but at some point he'll be like 14 to 1 with an 8-footer, and then 40 minutes later he'll be like 180 to 1.
Don't worry about the putting.
So you say don't worry about the putting, then your pick to win should have been Siwoo Kim.
But like Aaron Rye won the PGA Championship.
I wanted to talk about Siwoo Kim.
And it listen, Shane Lowry's won a major too. It happens.
Gary Woodland.
Because as you were talking about JJ Spawn, I don't know what Siwoo did at Oakmont, but it was sort of like, well, maybe I'll take like the better version of that and bet Siwoo Kim.
But is Siwoo the better version? Siwoo is the
Well,
more
it's like the less.
Wait, I mean,
you're
one
right.
of the guys has won a fucking major, and the other
No,
guy's
I
Siwoo, who
didn't-
now hasn't won in like 4 years.
No, but he won the 5th major. So like,
But that was also over 10 years ago.
I
now.
know.
So yes, Pat, of course. Like I absolutely agree with you, and it's like a totally fair argument that I would have added to the context of, well, one of them is double the price almost and actually wins. I was just more talking about the odds board, the true like data set.
What
on
do
the
you-
player?
So Siwoo won the Players Championship in 2017. What do you think his best finish in a major? Something that he's played in every single one over the past 10 years.
8th.
That is actually correct. T8.
The Masters.
Nope. No. He's never had a top 10 at the Masters.
Is
His
that
only
at
top 10
Valhalla?
in a major was at last year's PGA Championship.
Last year's PGA Championship.
When he made the hole in one
Yeah.
at
Listen,
Quail Hollow.
Pat,
Like just
there have been times this year where like Siwoo was like 33 to 1, and I just call him poor man's Fleetwood in terms of the odds board.
he is one, and it will flip for him, and he will win again because his tee to green game is like Lucas Glover almost won that tournament yesterday. I think that he was -4 strokes putting for the week. Like he
think he's
couldn't make
going to-
anything. But there's going to be an opportunity for Siwoo to do that, have a relatively flat putting week, and his putting has been getting slightly better, which is nice to
Pat?
see. It's just I find it hard to believe that no one who's ever really contended in a major ever with this big of a sample, like at least with Spawn when he got there, it's not like he had played in a ton of majors.
No.
We
But
didn't
putting
have
on
this
this
like
type of fescue grass. It's something you
And
just have no.
Siwoo is like the highest
to.
skilled player on the President's Cup team.
yeah. I mean, and he's a great match play player too, right?
What do you mean? Stop it. What do you mean? Who?
I would say Hideki is a more talented player.
Well,
than
one's
Siwoo.
100 to 1.
Yeah. Hideki's 100 to 1.
Hideki's 100 to 1.
Okay.
If they were in a head-to-head matchup this week, Hideki would be a dog.
I
You're
stand by
making
what
like
I said.
something out of
No,
I'm
but I
saying
stand by what I
something that's
said.
in range of in bounds, and probably is in bounds.
Siwoo's interesting to me.
Healthy, I think Jason Day's better. Healthy, I think Jason Day's a better player.
You realize Jason Day's been healthy for like 5 years and has been good, right?
He has his injury moments.
Does he? Tell me.
Was he not injured for the U.S. Open or one of the majors?
He
had
does
to
have his
he
injury
withdrew.
moments. He's
Oh,
a
yeah, that's
withdrawal.
right.
Yeah, he
man.
literally withdrew from the U.S. Open.
But
so
he's been back since.
he's got back issues.
It sounds like an awful lot of excuses for a guy who just hasn't been good in ages.
Okay. Fair enough.
And
He was T2 at the Amex, though.
That's something. That's what
I
Scheffler
worry.
won.
I wish we were back at Shinnecock this week.
I
So
don't.
Neiman can win. Off his T3, it's encouraging, but I don't know if this is the sort of course. You mentioned the guys, Pat, and like where their majors could fit. Neiman doesn't strike me as the Masters Open guy, but I think I got to ride or die this sucker, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I would prefer, listen, the accuracy with Siwoo. Rai is a good shout because he's a very accurate player. Should we just not be looking at Tom Kim?
Thinking about that.
Like,
60.
why not? Low Kim.
Is Michael in the field?
He is in the field. Michael's over there right now. So past 3 starts for Tom Kim, 3rd at the U.S. Open. So he checks that box. He has a 2nd at an Open Championship, the year that Brian Harmon won. And
he won last week.
And he won last week coming in. So he has his win for the year. He's putting well. His irons are great. His off the tee sucks, but he hits every fairway. He's just super short. Not a big deal here.
No, means nothing.
His around the green game has been out of this world. I don't know what happened to him. Just to be able to get his game back together.
Because he's super young and it doesn't, if something clicks, it clicks.
It is, but I guess we're so. This is the going back to Rory because we got to bring things back to Rory.
Of course we do.
Because
God
that's how we
forbid,
have to
after
talk
everything
about the
he's
show.
done for
Well,
us,
he's a
we
great
can't not talk about him.
He is a great prism to talk about golf through because he's such an outlier for even the way that we think about some of these young guys. Like as you just said, like Tom Kim's young. Rory never had this. Rory's the one guy, he showed up and he's just been good ever since for 16 years now. Rory 17 years, Rory has just been great. Now he goes through lulls of winning major championships, but he's always winning. You don't see, you never saw Rory drop to 180th in the world and not qualify for majors.
No, that's true.
That never happened.
That's true.
He's been such a constant. So when you wait, go ahead.
When we were doing the podcast way back, like originally, there'd be that list like guys who have won in like X amount of years in a row, and it was just DJ, Rory, Phil, and Bill Haas.
Yeah, Bill Haas was
For like
king
ever.
of
That was like we'd always like that listing of Bill Haas stays on the list. Won again. Yeah. He never had it. It is hopefully the future is kinder to Rory than I'd say some of the present.
Oh, it will be. Rory is like a 50-year-old guy is going to be like, man, remember how good Rory was? It'll be like that. It'll be the opposite of what's happening to Phil. No one's going to remember how good Phil actually was.
No, unless he finds a way to pull himself out of a tailspin, and I don't think he's capable of it.
And I don't know if Rory will. I mean, listen, everything's on the table here for anyone at this point.
Well, yeah, you don't know somebody's personal life, nor do we wish to like pry.
It all started for
Do you
Tom
think you're
Kim,
getting
hole in
into the
one.
bombs this week, Pat? Is like JJ as high as you think you might get?
I don't know.
You should
Well,
have
you
one.
did forget that you did pick Maverick McNeely to win.
And
this.
I think Matt McNeely could very well compete here.
Does it?
Well, you did pick him to win to start the year.
It's all right.
I mean, if he's in the fairway.
Yeah, and I went to BetSperts and I made my model, so everything's updated now. I haven't reloaded it in yet. I'll put the updated rankings in the column, or you can just go to betspertsgolf.com and check it out. He actually rated out really high initially for me. Where's Mav McNeely? Now he came in 61st. He was super high. Dropped
If
down.
he does win, where would that rank among your like all-time calls?
No, I don't get much credit for it.
Well, considering he wasn't one of your 4 picks after you extended it for the week, I'd be happy about
you were turning around on Sunday into like the big game hunter.
Oh yeah, we know it's coming.
I don't know. Maybe.
Who would I go here? I mean, you did mention your boy David Pouge, who blew up my DraftKings lineup because he was 5 over on Thursday, 6 under on Friday though.
That's
Get
good.
himself back into it. I mean, I have a future bet on Noren at 175 to 1. Don't feel super confident in that at the moment because he's been awful.
I mentioned Harrington. I know he's super deep.
That
Not to
Noren
win,
skill
but
set
top
could
10?
play here though.
Well, the Noren the Noren skill set is perfect for here. He doesn't have that skill set anymore is the problem. Like if you're
Does
looking
Adam
for
Scott still have any mojo?
that I don't know. Like Harmon weirdly has the right skill set. Akshay weirdly has the right skill set.
If Harmon's in the last group, you're not going to get to see the
if
first
it's
half of the World Cup final.
Well, here's the thing.
That thing's going on until 6 o'clock in the evening.
Tom
England
Kim
time.
is no fast player either.
And it's remarkable. We noticed that at the U.S. Open, Bryson's a slow player.
Really?
did
That
not-
surprises you that Bryson DeChambeau is a slow golfer.
I didn't appreciate just how glacial he played.
That's because you watch him in edited form on YouTube, where he's not lining up a putt for 3 hours and
You
missing.
know how slow Bryson plays is because, as I've told you, live events give him the Tiger treatment.
Well, they should.
So you get like the full throttle of it. And if you got a bet or you want to see something, you are just, it feels that much slower than it even is.
Connors? Harris English, Alex Fitzpatrick, Harmon. I don't know if I'm betting any of these guys. I just think they're Ryan Gerard, I think, is actually a respectable look here. Straka is a good look if he also didn't suck at the moment.
What has Straka done well since the Ryder Cup?
Nothing. Like Straka started the year out hot this year, and then for the past 3 months, he's been awful. But this is a PGA National, accurate, great iron player, putt sometimes, pretty good on links courses. Like that's the path. He's 175 to 1 now. I'm probably going to end up betting that.
Hatton is playing with Scottie and Bryson.
Is he? They released the tee times already?
Featured groups: Spieth, Tommy, Rahm.
Scottie and Bryson are playing together?
Rory, Xander, Fitz.
This guy has never played in the Open Championship before, but Bud Cauley fits the right skills here. Great in Texas. Plays really well at courses where fairways are at a premium. Like if you miss the fairway, it's super penal. Even TPC Toronto was that for sure. They're bigger fairways, obviously. But in a short game is super elite.
And the champion golfer of the year is Bud Cauley.
Suck a clap.
Yeah, great. Okay.
It would be fun. It would be fun to say JT Poston is another one you could have a look at. He won Memorial.
Yes.
He was top 10 at the U.S. Open. What does he do? He hits fairways, he hits wedges, he chips and he putts. There's that type of player that you've seen spike in the past. If Billy Horschel was 10 years ago, Billy Horschel.
I don't think this is going to be a birdie fest either. I really don't.
Well,
I think it's going to be like a -7 winner, -8 winner.
We haven't, with the conditions shaping up as they are right now.
The firmer and faster it gets, the harder those links courses get.
Sure, but
because great drives end up in those bunkers.
I very much doubt this is the first time in the history of Birkdale it's going to be firm and fast. Right?
Yeah.
So Spieth wins at -12, and it's a par 70, so you have to keep that in consideration too. The terrible weather year was
Padres 3 over 4 for par.
3 over. O'Mara was even, but before that, 8 under, 9 under, 9 under, 14
under. Yeah, so 8 or 9 under is 7, 8, 9. That's where I think we're going.
Sure, but that means you have to take players that are good at bogey avoidance. And
if we hit any stretch of ugly weather, which can come up in a flash,
pray your guy's not in that wave.
And pray your guy is not in that wave.
Nick Taylor would be someone.
So Pat,
another guy
are you Are you just like holding out on the decisions because of you're just waiting for the draw and like just more weather?
No, I don't know who I want to bet yet. I don't know who I want to pick between Goddard, McIntyre, Hovland, and Wyndham Clark.
Yeah, I'm sort of in the same place, but I don't feel like rushed like I do a lot of weeks either.
No, there's plenty of time. We got plenty of shows to go through. So let's talk about the quick picks for the Open Championship. I have bet on Matt Fitzpatrick at 20-1. I believe he is lingering at 21-1 in some places. That number is going to be gone soon because everyone's betting. Matt Fitzpatrick, can he win as the guy who's the most bet on? Tom Kim just kind of did it a week ago, so we'll see if that can be the case. I'll have him as a PME exclusive boost under the PME tab at coolbet.com. If you're in Canada, outside of Ontario, hit the description. You'll be able to find that on Tuesday afternoon. The only other one that I have right now is JJ Spawn, 80-1 with 5 places. The only other one that I didn't mention that I will be betting as soon as we finish here, and I'll probably do it with the 8 places, Jeff, is Gary Woodland.
Sneaky. Did we determine if he missed the cut or didn't play last week?
You're getting to DeChambeau.
No, because I'd rather bet Reed than Bryson.
Okay.
I'd rather bet Seawood than Bryson.
Okay.
Pardon me. Did Woodland play last week or he missed the cut?
No, he didn't play.
Okay.
But he's 225-1, so.
Okay. So the bets that are in, I mentioned that Fitz future. I don't even feel great about it because whatever. I wish it was more. Victor 41, Patrick Reed 60. That we're taking in. So much is on the table. Nemesis and Morikawa winning another claret jug. Victor, Cam, Hatton, like 2 of those, maybe 2 of those. And then from the back, not much doing it for me. But yeah, friends and family vibes, despite not betting Fleetwood.
I think Victor's really interesting. The more we kind of talked about him.
Him getting that win earlier this year makes me
when
feel
he
different.
plays well, he usually bottles it, you know?
Yeah, it comes in spurts. And the ball striking has been there. And it's not like he's a bad putter.
I'm not worried about his putting. I'm worried about
Hit the
his
shit
chipping
out
around
of the
these
ball.
greens,
He has gained around the green in 5 of the past 6 tournaments.
which is great. But these greens are like a different grass.
They are
completely.
different. So in 2022, that was St. Andrews.
that was at the
he
old
gained
course,
a bunch around the greens that
well, he was in the last group. He played great there.
and he has lost in 3 consecutive Open Championships around the greens. But he has a T12, a T4, T13 in his first 3 Opens. Like he feels like the right type of player that can get it going around like. Generally, when I look at him, I think about guy who needs to have a ton of rough because it neutralizes some of the touch around the green. He can kind of hack it out where you can get away with that here in a weird way because there's different types of shots that you can play. It's like when me and you go and play at a course. And if you and I are both, let's say 20 yards away from the hole, but all that's in front of us is like a elevated green that is 20 feet above us, and you need to stop that before there's a drop off on the end. 9 times out of 10, I am hitting that way closer than you because I will pop it up in the air and try to spin it, where you play a lot of linksy style low to the ground golf that you'll leave it short a bunch of times or you'll put it way past the hole a bunch of times.
That's what happens when you learn how to play golf on a links course.
It is, but at this course, it
those
feels
things.
like at Birkdale, you have both options here. That you're not completely boxed out. And when you give Victor options, I think he can find one that he can do. Like the players always sucks for him because he just doesn't have those shots.
I got to add Henley and is fully in my purview, in my sights, in my scope. And there's just no way that I can't ride the momentum off a T3 at the U.S. Open for Neiman.
So Jeff bet everybody.
Yeah.
Jeff's Cam now.
Jeff Stewart has a great card here.
Hold on. What are you talking about? I've bet 2 guys, and I probably named like 7, and I'm going to bet 3 or 4 of those 7.
One and done picks for the week. You're using
Burns.
Mr. Burns. Master Burns, pray for me.
It's Kearns, you idiot.
Have you? We should probably check to
tell
see
me if I've used it. I mean, I haven't used Haotong, so one of my 3 picks is usable.
I'm going to use a guy who never played.
You have used Sandburn. You used
All right,
the MX.
then Haotong Lee.
Haotong.
Welcome to the club.
Oh, well, shit. Me and Pat are actually close.
Yeah, we're
I don't
within
know if I
100 grand. We don't have a lot of similar picks.
No, you know
left,
what?
though.
Even though he's not one of my 3, I haven't burned him yet. Give me Scheffler for the one and done. I haven't burned him yet.
You have not used Scheffler?
Because you just lost your win from Goddard.
Yeah,
so you gotta go.
give me Scheffler. I'm burning.
All right, so Scheffler for you. That's probably a better pick. We'll see.
I agree. Well,
we'll see how it turns out.
You know, I don't need the Haotong one and done because if he wins, I don't care. I picked the winner, and like
I'm shocked you didn't use Joe Dean, the birdie machine.
yeah, okay.
Last man in the field. Beat your boy Potgieter. Beat him.
I do like Potgieter.
Well, he's not in the field.
I know.
Although if Burns was going to withdraw, he was going to get Burns' place.
Or anybody else could withdraw.
Sure. Jeff, who do you want to use?
Have I used Victor?
Yeah, you used him last week.
I'll take Patrick Reed. I don't know. This is an edge for Pat. I should not be doing this because we're very close, and I've just sort of opened up.
Well, taking Reed away from me is actually...
Have you played Rom yet?
I have not taken Rom. So it's Rom or Victor, it really seems. And I haven't taken McIntyre. Have I taken Fitzpatrick? I have. I'm going to take...
Rom would be the play.
It's Victor. Well, I don't want to take Rom.
Okay.
Rom has not looked good in some time here.
Well, he did finish second at the PGA
That was
Championship.
2 majors ago, pal.
Okay.
He's played since and not looked good.
He made the cut last week.
That's great. Good for him. Really tried hard.
It's just your last crack to use him. That's all.
Sure, it's fine if I don't end up using Rom.
And well,
if I didn't,
think
if
about
you
it
didn't,
for an extra moment, Pat. I'm going to tell Tim. There's a few things I was just churning to ask him, but we're going to save it for the cut sweat. We're going to save it for the cut sweat.
Yeah, so that Jared can spend 15 hours cutting
Sure.
2
Sorry,
hours of material
Jared.
again.
Sorry, Jared.
this probably means I end up betting him at the same time. But I will take Robert McIntyre as my one and
I
done.
like Bobby Mack.
He looks like you, so that's helpful.
And he's left-handed.
He's left-handed, he's Scottish, and he looks like you. So that ends up working out. Thank you for watching the Pat Mayo Experience Open Championship picks and preview. Are you one of those people who gets mad when people call it the British Open?
No.
Neither am I. I don't get it. I don't get why people get so upset about it.
People get upset about everything.
They
British
call-
Open,
they
the
call-
Open.
They call it the fucking British people call it the U.S. Masters
Yeah,
instead
well,
of the
because of the
Masters.
Betfred
winning
Masters
Spain,
sponsored
France,
by,
Tim?
pardon me?
Who's winning Spain, France?
I think France. I think they have a little bit more quality. France, England, Sunday. That's what I'm picking.
I think that's what we want to see.
I think that would be the most. They've never played in the World Cup final before. That'd be a fantastic World Cup final.
I would bet France if that was the case.
Yeah, and penalties.
All right. That'll do it for us. At the PME. If you sub to the newsletter, it's free. It'll get sent directly to you. We got shows all week. We got a live chat on Wednesday night, Cut Sweat Live, Round 1 Recap Live. It's all here for you on Mayo Media Network. So please sub, check out the research show as well. That's already out on all of the audio and video feeds. I'm Pat Mayo. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.
Mayo Experience! Experience!